Hi everyone, it's Nick. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Okay, in this video today, we are going to be talking about interior design mistakes that are actually awesome because I consume a lot of social media. I'm not proud of it. I'm on the TikTok, I'm on the Instagram, like I watch the YouTubes. I do all the things that you guys do, probably more because it's my job. I'm not proud of it, but there you go. And in that, I watch sometimes, interior design stuff comes my way. And I think that people like me and others, we talk a lot about interior design mistakes and things that we don't think look good. And I think that they're actually awesome. And maybe if it's something that you love and you want to put in your own home, I think we should find a way for you to put the you and your personality and your interests and hobbies and things into your own home so that you can actually live in your own home functionally for how you want to live. That's what design is all about. And so I want to talk about the mistakes that people talk about and why they're actually awesome and you consider putting them in your own home. So let's get going. Okay, I interrupt this video. I wanted to tell you about longtime sponsor on the channel, Narwal, is having a Black Friday sale. So we're going to talk about their products and how much I love them, because if you're hosting a lot during the holidays, you will find that cleaning is just one of those annoying things that you just want to take off your plate. And Narwal is amazing because they've got an automated robot vacuum and mopping system, which you guys know, I love, longtime sponsor, we love Narwal. Their Freo Z10 has been a great addition to my home because it really automates my weekly vacuuming and mopping schedule, and its Edge Reach mop extension that gets up in all those little nooks and crannies and those hard to reach zones. I never have to worry about the Freo Z10 pulsating or stopping altogether because of its dual flow tangle-free system, which prevents any hair or dog hair, anything clogging the system, which just makes things so much easier. In fact, I now have cleaner floors because instead of mopping and vacuuming manually twice a week, I can just set and forget my Freo Z10 to run multiple times throughout the week. Plus, this robot does a much better job than I ever would with its 15,000 PA suction for deep cleaning. I love that I literally don't have to do anything because it's got maintenance-free docking station. The robot basically just goes and like self-empties every 120 days. So I honestly only have to remember to go around like and empty the home station like once every couple of months or so. And a new addition from Narwal, for me anyway, is the new amazing Narwal S30 wet dry vacuum. It's simple and super easy to use. It's very flexible and can lie flat to 180 degrees and turn up to 63 degrees to reach under furniture and corners really easily. It tackles wet and dry messes in just one pass, so if somebody spills a drink or some holiday snacks on the floor or something, it's just a really easy to use, great vacuum on the go. So these vacuums I think are a great addition to my home during the holiday season, as I'm sure they will be for yours. And of course they have a Black Friday sale, so go check it out. All the details are down in the description. I've got the link right down there. Thank you, Narwal, for sponsoring my channel. You have been amazing. Now let's get back to some of those mistakes that are actually awesome. Okay, first on my list is going to be hobby and games rooms, right? This is the stuff that, okay, so let's say you love Pokemon or Star Wars or board games or retro arcade video games or pinball, I don't even know. Like, let's say you have hobbies, right? You have hobbies of things that some might consider a little nerdy, a little weird, a little out there, but it's uniquely you and you love it. You're probably not gonna find a lot of interior designers, people like me, that are gonna be saying on the internet that like, this is amazing and you should be putting this in your living room or you should be putting this in your home. But I actually think that if this is something that you love, you should put it in your home, okay? Because ultimately, good design is about finding things that you love and really building a functional, beautiful space that fits you. You're the one that has to live there. Now, sometimes I think that people, the whole like, just decorate however you want crowd forgets though, that there is important things that do make living in a home more functional and beautiful that designers and people like me, content creators, whatever, are talking about. Good lighting, cohesive palette, scale and proportion, right? Space planning, all those things that we talk about do still apply, okay? So the rules still apply. So I haven't completely got a concussion and I'm not talking crazy here. Like, those things do apply. So you still got to do a lot of those interior design things, those rules, if you will. Like, it's good to learn them, but ultimately those are just tools for you to build the home that you want. And so in terms of like a hobby room or a games room or whatever, things that you find really interesting and wonderful for you, I say put them in, like if you love them, go for it. Don't just do things because they look aesthetically beautiful. Like if you are like, I need to go get myself a gorgeous freestanding tub, but no one in your family ever builds a tub, or you have like a sauna or a steam room because you want to build like a beautiful spa because that's the latest trend, is to have a spa-like bathroom. If you're not going to use any of that stuff, don't do it. Like, you don't have to do it. And why do we think that those types of interests and hobbies are therefore more important than someone's like board game collection and they want a board game room? I say go do those things because they're wonderful and they make you, you. And those are the things that you really love to do. So find a way to put them in your home And even though some might say it's a mistake or it's not aesthetic or it's ugly or it's whatever, it doesn't really matter. Now, again, like I said, the rules of design still apply. There's so many cool games rooms and hobby rooms and lots of awesome things that are out there that you can use as inspiration for your own space. But I think people talk about the mistake of putting in some of this stuff because it's not aesthetically beautiful. But actually, the real mistake is not putting the you actually in your own home. Okay, next up on my list is going to be large televisions in your living room. We could just talk about TVs in the living room, but let's just talk about large televisions because I think that's what a lot of people love to put in their home because maybe they watch a lot of movies, they watch a lot of TV. This is something that a lot of designers, content creators, real estate agents are really bad for this or whatever when you're styling rooms. People don't like to put giant televisions in their home or at least in photos or at least on social media because they think they're ugly. So they will say that like it's kind of a mistake to really have some big giant honking television. And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. When it's like scale and proportion matters, I do think that it's a good idea to scale your television to the room that you have. So I do think that's important. However, the real mistake is thinking that you like can't have a television at all, or at least like get a really small TV or hide it away like it's some guilty secret because nobody wants to have a television. And I think that if you love television and you like watching television, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like for a lot of people that seem to always like put on, they seem so proud of the fact that they don't have television. You know what I mean? Like it's like, well, good for you. But I like TV sometimes and I like to watch movies and I like to have a nice television in my house in order to do so. So I think content creators, designers, etc., they always like to kind of look down at the television. They always like to style the rooms without a TV. And I just think that we need to just embrace the fact that you have a television. Now, I have said that I personally think that a frame television, I do like the frame TV or other variants. I don't care if it's Samsung or LG or whatever version you've got, but there's lots of them out there, but they are good at replicating art. I think that, you know, if you get the frame and you get it like, you know, put on the wall and it's right next, it's perfectly like right next, seamless on the wall like that, I think it can do a really good job of sort of disguising the television. There's also really cool systems that you can like fold and slide or whatever that are not super barn doory because, you know, I hate those, but like there are ways that you can sort of minimize the effect of the television that can be quite effective. But I think the mistake that a lot of designers sort of talk about is kind of like having or hiding or being ashamed of a television and not just embracing that you have one. So I think get a beautiful media console, get one that's, you know, a television should be roughly 2/3 the size of the media console. So again, I do think everything needs to be in proportion in the space, but having a large television that you really enjoy that's like the prime, that's like right across from the main sofa is how most people are going to live. And the mistake is listening to content creators and designers that sort of tell you that you shouldn't have one or should be ashamed of it or, you know, trying to find ways to basically get rid of the television when it's just not practical for most people. Now, if you're sitting there like, I don't watch television, good for you, then this isn't for you. And not everything on the internet is going to be for you, and that's okay. But if you do like television, and I think based on the fact that Netflix has a pretty fair few subscribers, a lot of you are watching, you know, don't be ashamed of it. Find a place to put it in your living room and put it across from the main couch. Again, scale and proportion matters, but don't be ashamed or afraid to put in a television. Okay, next mistake that people talk about on, you know, social media as a big old mistake is going to be comfortable furniture over aesthetics. So again, on social media, we tend to see a lot of really beautiful, some of them are ugly, but that's on them. I guess that's beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I suppose, but it's my YouTube channel and you clicked on my video, so you're gonna get my opinion, which is some of these sofas are ugly, but a lot of people seem to think they're beautiful. And so they want to put these sofas in instead of going with comfortable furniture. Now, I do have my limits, okay? You don't get cup holders in your sofa. I'm sorry, but for those of you, I've said it before and I'll say it again, your sofa should not look like the back of a Ford Explorer. I don't think that you should have cup holders in. Most of you are just lazy, okay? Just get a coffee table. Get a coffee table and do one of these, okay? Or do one of these with a side table. Like, it's not that complicated. But for most people, you don't, like, I'm sorry, you don't get the cup holders. But I do think get a sofa that is actually comfortable. Like, I don't think these beautiful aesthetic sofas that look great, that the designers kind of pick out and they're like, well, did you know that it's from this designer and he's Italian, he's from the 70s and blah, 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 blah. And all that stuff can be really great and all, and it's cool, and I love a funky, cool sofa. Don't get me wrong, I really do. But it needs to be comfortable. That's the primary thing. And so often people choose uncomfortable things just strictly based on the aesthetics. And they do it to please, I don't know, social media, the followers on Instagram. I don't know who they're pleasing necessarily, but I don't care for it. Yes, I think it's important and it's nice to get a sofa that's also beautiful, but it needs to be comfortable first. And so I think choosing comfort is more important. And so often the mistake that we're told is choosing comfortable furniture because it's boring and go for something really cool and aesthetic and amazing. And to me, that's the real mistake. Go for furniture that's actually comfortable, that you're going to enjoy using. If it's beautiful as well, of course, it shouldn't be that hard to find comfortable pieces that are also beautiful as well. Things like dining chairs are another great example. Yes, there's so many cool ones that are out there. Do you want an armless lounge chair? Do you want one that's made out of wood that looks like it's just like 4 pieces of wood that's basically nailed together? Is that what you really wanted to have done? Does that say comfortable, fun dinner party to you? Because if it doesn't, because it doesn't to me, consider beautiful ones that are also comfortable first. The next mistake that's actually awesome is people will tell you, don't put personal photos on your walls. Okay, yes, you should. Yes, you should, okay? You should put personal items in, you should put personal photos in. Now, I'm dead inside, so I don't have any, okay? I don't believe in those. I don't believe in lovely photos of my family members. I don't have any. No, sorry, I just don't have them. But you might, because you might have more love inside of you, and I love that. So for you, you should do it. For me, it's not for me. But I get it. You want to put beautiful photos, and everybody's like, nah, don't do it. Put in really aesthetic, artsy ones, movie, like whatever shot. I'm sorry, but like, yes, it's really cool if you've got some like, I don't know, a print of Marilyn Monroe or something that you decided to buy and you decided to frame that. Cool, but you could also just like put in a photo of your kids. Like, I think personal photos are great, and they might not necessarily be as aesthetic as what people are looking for on social media and whatever, and people will call that a mistake. Don't put the personal item, the personal photos in. And I just think the real mistake is not putting the you and the life in your actual home, right? So if it brings you joy to look at family members, it doesn't for me, but like, again, this is my home, it's yours. So for you, you might enjoy that. In which case, if that brings you joy, then do it. Don't get one of those weird like clustery gallery wall-y ones though, because those again are really like, they're not scaled well because they're usually like a giant wall and then you got this little cluster one. You know the one where they're like, they always like are bound together. I don't like those. But like, feel free to make it your own and do apart from that. And you know, gallery wall, personal photos, personal knickknacks, things that people have made you so long as they're nice. I mean, if they're ugly, you have permission to get rid of them. But like, if they're nice and you enjoy them, then display them, put them out, okay? So your home is meant to be enjoyed by you and to show your personality and like what your personal signature interior design style is, so that when people come into your home and you welcome people in and you spend time in your space, you actually enjoy being there, as opposed to sitting down and looking around and going, well, this is really great, but who did I do this for? Did I do this for Instagram? Really? For my 130 followers? Like, nobody cares. Get the home you want, put in your personal items, forget people that tell you not to, because that's stupid. You should just put in your own stuff. I love going into other people's homes and they're sharing their own personal stories and photos and things. Not for me, but good for you. Next interior design mistake that people tell you that are not aesthetic and that you shouldn't do is going to be like pet-friendly items or things that just like, they're not particularly pretty, but they're like, they belong to your pet. Now I, as you all know, love dogs. Like, I'm telling you right now, if I die tomorrow, I don't know if I don't really have a will, maybe I should, but like, if I did, like, I'm just telling you right now, consider this my last will and testament, that you know that it'll go to a dog rescue center. I love dogs more than people. I've been on the record on that. I have photos of dogs, like those I love. So like, I love dogs. I wish I could, if I could quit YouTube, I would just be running a pet rescue center somewhere. Like, that's where I would be all day. And what was I talking about? Right, pet-friendly items. So people oftentimes, and I've never done a video on it because it's a bit niche, but like pet-friendly items, right? Like, you got the cat trees and you got the cat tunnels maybe, and some of you are really, really committed to the bit, which I get, but like, and then you got the dog beds and you got the cat beds and you got all like the things for the cats and the dogs and whatever. Most designery, content-y people will never put this in their home, or at least they'll never show it off. And I think, because again, pets over people, I think that that's what makes a home. So if you have a dog, put out the dog bed. Now again, are there beautiful dog beds? Yes, there are. Are there ugly dog beds? Yes, there are. But like, choose one that you like, that works with the rest of the space. Incorporate it into the design. Cat trees are tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cat trees are tough. But like, you can, I'm sure, find ones that are cute. Is there some like startup? Do I need to do this? Do I need to launch my own cat line? I mean, like, I like cats, but never had one. But like, do we need to do this? Like, I don't know where we need to go with this, but like, we need beautiful pet-friendly things, because pets are family and they're a part of it. And the same way that you need a couch to sit on, your cat needs a cat tree, your dog needs a dog bed, okay? So we're including that in the design. That means all the stuff we've talked about here about like the rules, et cetera, to design still apply. We're still doing it, but we're also like not afraid of the fact that we have pets and they're part of our family 110%, and away you go. And they're included in the design. I'm sorry. And if you're a person that's got like a parrot or an iguana, or you're one of those people, you're probably a bit weird, but I embrace that. I'm okay with that. That's fine. Then I don't know what you need. Bird cages, iguana tanks. What do they, I don't know, they all live in and sleep in, but incorporate those into design too. Point is, make your home yours, but still all the rules of design still matter, right? So you need to just kind of find a way to blend all the stuff that you do. And I'm not necessarily, and not every video I do is gonna be for you. I don't do one on, I haven't done a video on how to incorporate a games room or an arcade or how to do pet-friendly stuff or whatever. But what I have done is given you, hopefully after 5 years of doing this, a lot of rules on how to sort of build a space. From there, you have to take the what you enjoy part of your own life and home and incorporate these rules into ways that you think are gonna be both functional and beautiful and make sense for you in your home. Thank you, Narwal, for sponsoring my channel. You have been amazing. Both of these vacuums have been amazing and will be amazing when I get home soon for the holiday season. And of course, they have a Black Friday sale, so go check it out. All the details are down in the description. I've got the link right down there. Okay, that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I'm gonna link here to my living room design mistakes video. It's one of my most popular videos that I have ever done on my channel. You guys really love that one. I'm gonna link it. It's an oldie but a goodie. Not all the greatest hits I've ever done are actually been all that great, but this one's actually really good. So you should go check this one out, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.